is Brittany. So, today I'm gonna tell you this interesting dream that I've had not too long ago. So it's a dream video. So, I had another dream about the mask. And for those who may or may not know, is that sometime last year I shared a dream about this this dream I had where I was in the movie theater and where I was just I don't know what movie I was seeing, but it was showing this trailer of a dark version of The Mask, and it seemed like they're gonna bring the dark graphic comic book of The Mask to life into this dark movie. So if you want to check that one out, I'll leave it in the iCard above here or there, I think. So you can check that out. But in this dream I had, it was quite different because this one, it shows how I think I was in a library. It was a big library, and there were a lot of books and everything, but they also had a selection where you can rent out movies and all that, even like shows. But when I was there at this library, I remember thinking that I was actually looking for The Mask on DVD, the movie. And so as I'm looking and looking, I couldn't find it. I mean, I was seeing these other movies and TV shows on DVD to rent, but I just couldn't see it. I couldn't find it. And so someone came up to me and asked me like, oh, are you looking for something? I'm like, yeah, I'm looking for The Mask and I can't find it. So because I didn't mention whether if I was looking for the movie or the cartoon series of The Mask, someone found the collection of the animated series of The Mask, and I never saw that. I never saw the show, but I think it ran for only 2 seasons, or was it 2? I don't know, but I just never saw the show before. Although I would like to, but someone found it. Someone found that one, and they're like, "Oh, is this what you're looking for?" I'm like, "Oh, this is the animated series," and they're like, "Yeah, just found it over there." And so I just thought it was really cool. I thought it was very nice of them, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll check this out." And then I told them, I'm also looking for the movie. so so they're looking too, but they couldn't find it. And so yeah, the person who was looking for it told me, yeah, I'm sorry, yeah, I can't find the movie though. And I said, oh, that's okay, but thank you. Thank you for helping. And so I remember walking away, but then as I'm walking away, there's this long hallway, and I'm trying to think, which side was it? Okay, so yeah, it was on this side where there was another hallway, and over here was like a bookshelf, and had, of course, tons of books, but like it went from here all the way to here, but then right here was an exit door. But then right near the exit door, there's The Mask. Like the one that you see in the movie. I see The Mask, not the DVD cover, but the mask itself. The prop of the mask was put on display, but right on the wall near the exit door. And I'm just looking at him like, so I'm like just staring at it, and I'm thinking either that's the prop mask from the movie, or maybe that's the real one. Maybe this is the real mask where you put it on and you become this completely different person, like this different version of yourself. So, in a way, I was kind of tempted to walk over there and to put on that mask to see if anything would happen. But that never happened. I never got to there because I'm right here, so I would have to walk maybe about, I don't know, just a little further to get there. So it was like right there, but then right here, on this side, on my left side, right here was a room where they had children's books, and there was this man. There was like this table set up, and he's just sitting down. So I think he was an author, and so he saw where I was looking at, and so I think he thought that I needed help or something, and so he caught my attention and he said, may I help you, miss? And so I turned around like, oh, and then because of that, I didn't get to go to the mask because he called out to me, asked me if I needed help, and I was like, oh yeah, actually. And so when I walked up towards him to this room where they had children's books, I said, yeah, actually I'm looking for The Mask, the movie on DVD. And he was like, well, I'm pretty sure they have it there, at the DVD section. I was like, yeah, actually I was just there, and I kept looking and looking, and someone was helping me to look for it, but we couldn't find it, and yeah, so I don't think they have it. And he was like, well, I'm sorry. And I'm like, that's okay. And so then he was like, telling me about how he's selling books of The Mask, of the comic book, and how he has like these other merchandise of the cartoon, of The Mask, like shirts and even like storybooks as well, and I think even friendly children's books, where it's friendly for kids to read. But of course there are the dark comic books for um, for teenagers and adults to read. So that was there. So he was pretty much selling merchandise of The Mask, of the comic book. And so I thought, that was pretty cool. And then they had this cut-up board of The Mask, where he's like had this big grin and has this sly look to him, and he's like in that yellow suit. So I thought everything looked really nice, looked really cool. And so I remember just looking around and how nice it looked in there. And so I said something to him. I think I said like, oh, well, that's really nice. Like, I like the display out here. And so he asked me a question. I forgot what the question was. And so I told him, yeah, actually I was just looking for the movie, because I was just looking for it, and I was just wondering if they had it on DVD. And I looked and looked, and they don't have it. But the one thing I did not tell him was about the mask, about the prop mask that I see put on display right on the wall near the exit door. So that I did not tell him. I didn't tell him that only because either one, he probably knew about it, but maybe to him, maybe he wouldn't have thought anything of it other than, oh, it's just a prop, it's just there for decoration, of the library. So either that, or maybe he probably knew something about the mask, but maybe just didn't want to say anything. But yeah, that's why I didn't tell him, because I thought, no, I don't want to say anything about the mask to him, about the prop, because I thought I want to check it out for myself to see whether if it's just a prop or if it's the real thing. So, and like I said, I was tempted to walk over there and to hold it and to put it on to see whether if it was just a prop or the real thing. But I never got to do that, since when he saw me just standing there looking at it, he probably thought that maybe I just needed help, and maybe I was just looking for someone to help me to find something, so I think that's why he said that, which is why he asked, can I help you, miss? So I think that's why, because he thought I needed help. It actually wasn't that. Like I said, I was staring at the mask, and I was really curious to see if it was just a prop or if it was a real mask where you put it on and you become a completely different version of yourself. So I was very curious. And I know I would have done it if he hadn't said that, but then again, who knows, maybe I might put on the mask next time in the dream, maybe, but I don't know when that would be. So that's how the dream ended, is where I just tell him that I was looking for the movie on DVD and I didn't see it anywhere, and yeah, that was it. That's how it ended. Yeah, that's pretty much how it ended, and I woke up. But I just thought I would just share this dream, because I just thought this was a very interesting mask kind of dream, and the thing is, I love The Mask. I do. It's actually my favorite movie, and I love Jim Carrey's performance. But if there ever comes a time in the future where if there is a dark version of The Mask, that's based on the dark comic books of it, so I think if it's ever brought to life into a full movie one day, I would not doubt that, because I had a dream about it once, but it just showed I think it showed like a 30-second trailer of it. But there was no dialogue, there was no music, but the feeling of it was just very dark and very ominous. But again, if you want to check out that dream video, I will leave it up there in the iCard so you can check it out. And I think if there were to be a dark version of The Mask based on the comic books itself, yeah, they would have to pick someone else to play Stanley Ipkiss, only because with Jim Carrey as Stanley Ipkiss, now of course he did it very well, but that one was more of a comedic version of it, but I love it though, because I just really do. I love it. But with the dark version, I would say they would have to pick someone who can really do that, who could bring out this very twisted, dark side to the mask of the character, of the craziness and everything. So I think they would have to pick a really good actor for that character, because I can't see Jim Carrey playing that character again, because like I said, with him and the one that we got to see, it was more like that. It was more on the silly, funny side of it, and that's what I love about it. But with the dark version, they would have to go with someone else. But they would have to pick someone who can be really, really good, who can be like, you would have to pick someone who could bring out this scary very twisted, dark side, to the mask. So they would definitely have to, I think, take their time with it, and especially to pick whoever will be really great at that. At the moment, I can't think of who, but it would have to be someone who can really could really pull it off, very well. And I think I would like to go see it just to see how that might turn out. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this dream. And so to see more movie content and dream videos like this and reactions, please subscribe and click on the bell so you'll be notified when I upload. And so yeah, I hope you enjoy this, and let me know if you're a fan of The Mask, because I am, and I love it. And let me know what you thought about this dream. Oh, and speaking of which, because of next year, because The Mask did came out in 1994, that would mean it would have its 30th anniversary next year. So I will be doing reviews and doing videos on The Mask by next year for its special occasion for its anniversary. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and leave a comment down below if you love The Mask and what you thought about this dream. That's all for today, and I'll see you at the movies.